Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kicks, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on Breonna Stewart's fourth signature shoe with Puma, the Stewie 4. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and please hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. Also, if you did want to buy a pair of these, I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box below. If you all purchase through that link, it does help me out directly, which is very, very much appreciated. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Puma Stewie 4 features a couple of different traction patterns. So what you're gonna get is like a multi-directional traction pattern mixed with like some herringbone and also like, I guess technically pods of radial. So you do have like this area right here, which is kind of like herringbone-ish. And then you do have like on this outside part, it looks like footsteps, and then it has like a radial pattern radiating from the center of them. And the traction on this shoe is actually really, really good. If you're playing on your clean courts, you're not gonna have any issues whatsoever. You're gonna have a very, very hard stop, and it's very, very nice. If you're playing on your moderately dusty courts, you're gonna have no issues, maybe the occasional wipe, and you're gonna be fine. And on dusty courts, just wipe every so often and you're still gonna have very, very good bites. I would say there are times where I may have slid to a stop, but honestly, that was not too much of an occurrence for me. And yeah, I mean, the traction was crazy. Like, it was actually really, really good, even on dustier courts, which is weird because this is also a translucent rubber outsole. I'm not sure if a solid rubber outsole from Puma will perform better or not. But as far as this colorway goes, the Stewie 4 has very, very good traction. So moving on to the cushion. The Puma Stewie 4 features a full-length Pro Foam midsole. And yeah, the cushioning here is definitely nothing too special. You do get some step-in comfort, which is actually more from the insole than anything. Besides that, the Pro Foam itself is definitely more responsive. You do have like a little bit of impact protection in the heel with a little bit of heel compression as well. Moving towards the forefoot, you can all see the forefoot area is very, very caged. It does have rubber right here on the lateral side and on the medial side as well. So the forefoot is definitely very responsive. You don't really have like too much impact protection in the forefoot, nothing like that. You definitely feel more responsive than anything. I would say the court feel in here is like slightly better than average. I wouldn't say you feel like extremely low to the ground or anything, but I still felt plenty quick because of the responsiveness, because they just caged the hell out of the forefoot area. For a guard or a person that likes to be very quick and shifty, you all will probably like this cushion setup. If you are expecting a lot of impact protection, you're just not gonna get that in this shoe. So personally for me, I didn't mind the cushion setup. Just keep in mind, it doesn't provide the most bounce or impact protection, so just watch out for that. So moving on to the materials, the Stewie 4 features a primarily engineered mesh upper. You do have like another material in the back half of the shoe, which is some sort of textile, and then on the heel you do have like this synthetic leather. The engineered mesh on here does have a little bit of rigidity, but it's not like too stiff or anything like that. Personally, I think it's fine. It feels good on foot. In terms of the quality, I think it feels fine as well. In this particular colorway, you do have like these, I don't even know, like these stripes, which does have some fuse on it, which I think takes away from the quality or the premiumness feeling of the EM. But you know, it is what it is. Like I already said, moving towards the back, you do have like these other various materials. Moving towards the tongue, you do have like this knit material tongue. And yeah, it is adequately padded. So if you do like to crank down your laces, you really won't feel the laces digging into the top of your foot, which is nice. As far as materials go on the Stewie 4, I think they're great. I think in terms of the performance and the quality, they do the job very well. So yeah, materials are nice on the Stewie 4. So moving on to the fit, I would say that the Stewie 4 does run true to size. The thing is, at least on the Puma USA website, these do only run in women's sizing. So basically, to get your men's sizing, you would add 1.5 to your men's size, and then that's the size you would get in the women's sizing on Puma. So just keep that in mind. But I do think it does run true to size. Maybe just slightly short, but I don't think I'd go up a half size. As a slightly wide footer going true to size, I felt fine. Maybe just a very, very slight pressure in the forefoot area, at least when I first started playing, but the materials do break in and that pressure went away. If you have really wide feet, you might want to go up a half size. But there is something that I will get into later in terms of the support. So maybe that becomes more prominent if you do go up a half size as a slightly wide footer. So yeah, I mean, besides that, I thought the fit was great. You don't have any dead space in the toe box area. This is like a semi burrito fit, I would say, or something like that. You do also have a half booty upper, so you are getting as close of a 1-to-1 fit as possible. When it comes to the heel area, you do have some nice padding as well. And yeah, I think this shoe just felt very, very snug on foot. So overall, I do think the fit is good. Just be careful if you do have wide feet, probably go up a half size, or maybe if you have like long toes, maybe go up a half size as well. But I think the majority of people will be fine going true to size. So moving on to the support, the Stewie 4 has pretty good support. There is one thing about it though, which is in the heel area. I did have very, very minor heel slippage. I never had the feeling of my heel like sliding completely out or anything like that. It just feels like a slight motion with every step that you take. But I definitely didn't have my shoes sliding off or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. If you do buy these, you might have a very minor heel slippage, and that happened in both my shoes, not just the right one. Usually if I do experience heel slippage, it's usually only in my right shoe, but this time it was in my right and my left. So my best guess is you probably will experience some minor heel slippage, but it is very, very minor. As far as side-to-side movements on the footbed goes, you're gonna be covered there as well. You do sit inside of this rubber just a little bit right here, so you are nice and caged in. Obviously the fit and the materials do a great job of making sure your foot is not sliding around as well. When it comes to hard lateral movements, you're gonna be covered. You do have this nice wide base. You don't have an outrigger or anything, but I still never had any issues of instability on those hard lateral movements. And when it comes to torsional rigidity and stability, I'm not sure if there is a torsion plate in here, but I would assume there is because these are very, very stiff and rigid. So yeah, when it comes to the support in the Stewie 4, it's pretty good. You just gotta watch out for that very minor heel slippage. So the Stewie 4 retails for $130, and for $130, I do think these are a great shoe. You're not getting like too much tech-wise, I guess, just because, I mean, the cushion setup is more responsive, you feel more quick and shifty, I guess. You're not getting a lot of bounce or a lot of impact protection, which other brands can provide for that $130 price point. However, if you don't care about that and you want a shoe that is responsive, this is a great option. The traction is great, the materials are great. The only other thing is obviously that very, very minor heel slippage issue, which you may or may not have. And even then, like I said, it is very, very minor, and I never actually had my heel slipping out of the shoe. So for 130 bucks, I do think that this is still a pretty damn good performer. This is probably the best Puma shoe that I played in as of late. In my opinion, this is way better than any of Melo's shoes or LaMelo's shoes. So take that with a grain of salt. That's just my personal opinion. Obviously, this colorway is definitely not for everyone. I know there's probably a lot of dudes out there that think this is a very, very feminine color, right? And they don't want to choose these or hoop in these, but I'm sure there will be future colorways that are, a little bit less out there, right? And yeah, if you're looking for a good hoop shoe by Puma, these are it. Like, honestly, these are very, very good. Just watch out for that minimal heel slippage issue. If you did want to buy a pair of these, I'll leave a link for you down in the description box below. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all could do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment. Those really do help me out. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.